High Court sitting in Ado Ekiti has sentenced 56-year-old Jayeoba Oluwafemi to life imprisonment for the defilement of his 14-year-old stepdaughter. Justice Adeleye delivered the sentence on Monday after Oluwafemi was arraigned on a one-count charge of defilement on December 4th, 2020. The charge stated that the defendant committed the act on October 26, 2020 in Ado Ekiti, violating Section 31, subsection 2 of the Child Rights Law Cap C7 Laws of Ekiti State 2012. In her testimony, the victim recounted that the defendant, her stepfather, sexually assaulted her multiple times, beginning on the night her mother traveled to Lagos. The victim stated that she bled after the initial assault and informed her mother, who allegedly did not take action. The abuse continued whenever her mother was away, and the defendant reportedly threatened her when he realized she was disclosing his actions. The victim eventually fled the house and reported the incidents leading to the defendant's arrest. The prosecution presented 6 witnesses along with the defendant's statement and a medical report as evidence. The defense counsel called one witness. In his judgment, Justice Adeleye stated that the evidence indicated the sexual abuse occurred on multiple occasions and that the defendant's denial was an afterthought. He concluded that the prosecution had proven the charge of defilement beyond a reasonable doubt. The prosecution has established the offense of defilement against the defendant beyond reasonable doubt. He is accordingly found guilty as charged and hereby sentenced to life imprisonment as provided for under the provisions of Section 31, subsection 2 of the Child Rights Law Cap C7, Laws of Ekiti State 2012, Justice Adeleye pronounced. I want to say this is, another victory for sexual violence, for the fight against sexual violence. This is another victory, but even though that is the first thing that came to my mind or that comes to mind when I see this report, I want to gather your thoughts on this report as regards what is the idea, what is the thought pattern? Why will a grown-up 56-year-old man find a minor attractive?
Okay. Men looking at it, it could come as a result of spiritual case. It could also come as a result of one not having a self-control. And it could also come as one not being disciplined. Now, as a man, even if the child is not a biological child, and it has to do with the woman you're getting married to, or the woman you've already gotten married to,
right?
The child is automatically your child. Now, if that child, for the fact that that child is not your biological child, do not give you the right to molest the child. You have to take the child as your own child. Now, looking at the case, the mom, out of the love she has for the man, did not see it as anything. This is my child, this is my husband to be, or this is my husband. It's just like her dad. I can equally leave the both of them and go for my business.
Okay.
Go to anywhere I feel like going to. I shouldn't have any fear in me that such thing can happen. And most times too, it also boils down to parents to always listen to their children.
Right.
Parents should always listen to their children. Don't just take it as he or she's a child. So most times they might not know what they are saying. They know everything they say.
Right.
Everything they say to an adult, they know.
They know it. Now, the girl in question, reportedly told her mother that this happened when you went to Lagos. But by the report, her mother did nothing about it. And now, you know that when nothing is done about a report, it just means you're aiding and abetting it. You're feeling it. You don't have a problem with it. Right? Let's talk about it. you were talking about parents listening to their children, but this 14-year-old was brave enough to say, "Mother, look at what happened when you went to Lagos."
Yeah.
Why do you think her mother didn't take any action in that regard, having been the first person that heard of the report when it happened?
Okay, now you made mention of the mom didn't say anything.
Right.
No, to me, I feel it wasn't that way. The mom actually saw it. To me,
Okay.
I feel that the mom actually thought that the child was maybe speaking as a child, or
Is that
did not know.
Is that a
what
thing a
he or
child
she
will
is saying.
say?
You know, in most cases, in most cases, there are times that children normally say things that are out sketch, and then you start thinking, how did this child know this thing? And you know fully well that you've had much time with this child, and you know that you've never said anything that has to do with a particular thing that a child said. So where did the child learn this thing? How did the child learn this particular thing? Now, I can say that in that scenario, that was how the mom saw it. The mom felt maybe this child do not know, and that is why I said parents have to need more time for their children. Parents needs to know their children very well, to know when their children is actually saying the fact and when their children is joking and messing out with things.
Right.
Now, if the child, the child actually reported to the mom that this is what my stepdad is doing to my stepdad is actually taking advantage of me, and the mom did not react, possibly the mom took it as nothing.
Do you think that this mom should equally be sentenced as an accomplice of this crime? Especially because she was the first person that got the report when it happened. She didn't take any actions. She didn't take the girl for any checkups. She did nothing about it. And that is why the abuse continued. Do you think she should have a part as regards by the law for the role she played in this particular case?
No, I don't think so.
You think she should go in scot-free?
Yes. Reason being that in as much as the woman is away, the woman is not close, remember.
She didn't stay. The report didn't say she stayed in Lagos permanently.
She traveled.
She must have come back at some point, because it wasn't a one-off thing.
Yeah.
It continued over time. And when the man realized that this girl is actually reporting me, he started threatening the girl.
And I think the same report said the woman asked the man and the man denied. So you see, maybe the woman believed the man, act of the love.
So she believed the man other than to believe her child.
Like I said.
Doesn't that make her complicit?
Like I said. I don't really think so, because she actually saw her child as a child. I don't know if you get that point.
She saw a 14-year-old as a child.
As a child.
A 14-year-old that comes with explicit information as regards. Let me say she calls him daddy. Daddy did ABCD thing to me as an adult, as a parent. Let's say you are the parent. What would your first response be?
Okay, if I'm the parent, I don't have to act immediately.
Okay.
You follow things with wisdom.
Okay.
Now, if my child comes to me and said, "Daddy, this is what this auntie did to me. This is what that auntie did to me," I will not just go and start fighting. Why did you do this to my child? I'll have to take my time, observe, know what actually brought about that particular thing. And me looking at it, I felt that was how the mom felt. She feels, okay, if such a thing happens and she could not just go and start accusing the man because she have no evidence. Even if she takes it to court that my child told me and the man denies the fact, the man will go scot-free at that point because she has no evidence.
So it had to be strangers that needed to come in to save the child.
And now, not just the strangers also have an evidence. Not just the child.
So are you saying that the mother could not get this evidence?
Possibly she couldn't get it. Maybe she's a business tycoon that travels out often. So if she's such a person, there's no way she can get it.
So she shouldn't even get a slap on the wrist for negligence. No.
Okay, there should be she should have a penalty. She should have a penalty for not having time to have a talk with her child, because it is very, very important. It is very, very important. A mother or a father should always have time to talk with their child, even if it is few hours.
All right. Thank you so much for your insight on that report.